on page 6 of our notes packet. You. So, today we are continuing to work with angles in triangles.
You see that?
But, as we are working with our angles and triangles, now we're going to get the situation where we have more angles that we're looking for. So the instructions are going to say, find the measure of the numbered angles. First things first, we got to recognize what it means by the numbered angles versus what it's giving when it's giving us just the measurement of an angle. Is this 80 right here an angle's measurement, or is it the angle's name 80? Is this a measure or a name? How do you know it's a measurement? Because it has a degree symbol. 60? Measurement. 1. Name. 101. Measure. Name. Okay, perfect. So we are trying to find the measure of the numbered angles. There are 3 of them in this case. Angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 that we are looking for. To find the measure of numbered angles, really there are 3 tools that are hugely helpful to us in this process. The first one's a triangle angle sum. 3 angles in a triangle have to add up to what? What do the 3 angles of a triangle have to add up to? 180 degrees. So that's the first tool that tends to be hugely helpful to us. Other tools that we have to our advantage are angles that look like that angle and that angle. They're across from one another on an X. Do you remember what those are called? Vertical angles. Are vertical angles congruent, or do they add up to something? Congruent. They are congruent. Okay. We also have angles that create straight lines. If there's just 2 angles right next to one another creating kind of that straight line, what kind of angles are those? Linear pair. And linear pairs add up to? And in all technicality, even if you don't have a linear pair, you could technically have a straight line that's made up with a bunch of angles coming off of it. And because they make a straight angle together, they add up to 180. But technically, it's really kind of these 3 tools that we use to our advantage. So when we're looking for these numbered angles, first off, they do not always solve in order nicely. So you can't always go 1, then 2, then 3. Sometimes you might have to start with 3. To figure out where to start, generally you want to figure out where you know the most information. Most of the time that's going to be, is there a triangle in a picture that already has 2 measurements inside of it? Seeing some shaking heads. Is it the triangle on the left or the triangle on the right? The one on the left. So that is where I am going to start, is working inside that triangle, and the angle that I don't know inside that triangle is angle 1. Three angles of a triangle add up to what again? 180. So if I know 2 of the angles inside of a triangle, I can find the third by doing 180 minus the 2 I know. What is 180 minus 80 minus 60? 40. So measure angle 1. Oops, I forgot the equal sign is equal to 40 degrees. That's the first one. Once I have it figured out, I go into my picture, I cross it off, I call it 40 to make my life easier. Now I look for the other key things to help me. Either other triangles that I know 2 angles of and I'm looking for the third, or I look for vertical angles, so I look for an X, or I look for a straight angle with angles coming off of it. Do you see vertical angles? Do you see an X in this picture anywhere? No, not a perfect X. Do you see a straight angle that's got multiple angles coming off of it? That's harder to see when you're not used to it. This is what I'm talking about. I've got 3 angles right here that are creating this straight angle when they're all together. And if they are together creating a straight angle, they are together creating, what's the measurement of a straight angle? 180. So much like with angle 1, I could say the measure of angle 2 is equal to 180 minus the ones I know. In this case, the ones that I know that are creating that straight angle are 40 and 101. What is 180 minus 40 minus 101? 39. 39 degrees is the measure of angle 2. Last one I need to find is the measure of angle 3. Is there anything that you see that could help us find the measure of angle 3? Where'd 36 come from?
I mean, 64.
The 39 and the 64 are both in a triangle together with the angle 3. So yes, measure of angle 3 is equal to 180 minus the 2 I know. 180 minus 64 and minus 39. Yeah, that's what calculators are for. 77? I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I'm just going with it. So this is the type of problems that we're seeing today. They don't always start off the exact same way, but oftentimes they're very similar. We're not going to do quite all of these. I put extra examples. We don't need that many. Okay. Question B. How many different angles am I looking for on this problem? 3. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. Which one do you think I should find first? Gabe thinks 3. See a couple shaking heads. What do you notice about 3? True, it is obtuse. It's not what I was going for though. What do you notice that can help us find angle 3 is what I was going for. There's 2 other angles in the picture in that triangle with it, which means I can subtract to find them. Measure of angle 3 is equal to 180 minus the 20 and minus the 50. Which makes the measure of angle 3 110 degrees. What do you think we should find next? Angle 1 or angle 2? Angle 1. Comes back to what do we have the information for? If I look at angle 1, I only know one other angle in the triangle with it, not helpful. I don't see anything about what angle 1 could add up to with the angle next to it, so that's not helpful, and I don't see an X. Angle 2, on the other hand, I see a straight line separated by this angle. 2 angles that together make a straight line or a straight angle add up to 180. They're a linear pair. So the measure of angle 2 will be whatever 180 minus the 110 is. 180 minus 110?
70.
70. So that's now a 70-degree angle. Now, angle 1, I know the 2 other angles in the triangle with it. And angles of a triangle still are adding up to 180. So the measure of angle 1 is 180 minus the 2 I know. which is 49 and 70. 61. Yeah, that tracks. My brain said 51. My brain was wrong. Okay, we are going to skip C, we're going to talk about D, and then we're going to skip down to F. Okay, this one's got 4 angles I'm looking for, angle 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one should I find first? 2, because I know 2 angles in the triangle with it. Measure of angle 2 is equal to 180 minus the 2 I know in the triangle with it. 180 minus 60 minus 30. It's a 90-degree angle. I personally would go to find angle 4 next. Any thoughts as to why? Do you notice that there's an X right there? And that 4 is across the X from angle 2. Those are vertical angles, and vertical angles are the same. So what's that make the measure of angle 4? 90. It's a real quick calculate. I don't even have to calculate anything. It just is. Which one do you want to go for next? 1 or 3?
3.
Sure. How would I find angle 3? Y'all see a straight line happening right here with a ray coming off of it? Those two are a linear pair. Linear pairs do what? Add up to 180. So the measure of angle 3 is whatever 180 minus 90 is. 180 minus 90? 90. A lot of 90-degree angles in this picture. Last but not least, how do I find angle 1?
Subtract it, 90 and minus 69 minus
180 minus the 90 minus the 69, because there's 3 angles in a triangle here. $21? Someone with a calculator?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Last one we're going to take a look at is F. I'm hearing a lot from the same couple of people, so I'm grabbing my name cards. This one's only got 3 angles that I'm solving for. 1, 2, and 3. Some of them could have like up to 9 angles to solve for. That's just not this one. I'm calling someone who's not here. Charlie, which angle do you think I should solve for first?
2.
Why do you say 2? I agree with you. Because you know the other 2 numbers in the angle. In the triangle, I should say. And triangles always add up to 180. So 180 minus the ones I know will give me what I want. Dylan, what is 180 minus 39 minus 86? Corey and Louie?
What am I supposed to do?
No, I was just asking you to stop talking.
55.
55? Sounds right. to draw your name next. What angle do you think I should go after next? 1 or 3?
1.
We don't have enough information for 1. We have to do 3. Now, 3's got something a little bit different about it. It's got the 90-degree angle, which means these two are going to add up to 90. So measure of angle 3 is ever whatever 90 minus the 55 is. Brennan, what's 90 minus 55? 35. Please do make sure that as you're going through, you're continuing to label which one you're solving for. Hello. Okay, I'll send it down in a minute. Thank you. Bye. Okay. This is now a 35-degree angle. Tristan, how could we find the measure of angle 1? Look at this triangle, Tristan. Do you notice that you know 2 of the angles in it now? What do you know about the 3 angles of a triangle? They always add up to 180. So if I take 180 and subtract these 2, that'll get me this one. Anytime you know 2 angles in a triangle, 180 minus the 2 you know will get you the one you don't. Okay, now what do we get when we do that subtraction?
83.
Shh. You Kata now? Thank you.
I forgot what you're doing.
Okay. Overall, some of you probably at this point are like, okay, I'm following what's happening. Some of you are probably like, okay, that went fast and I'm not sure where it came from. If you are of the latter and are not sure where things are coming from, please make sure you're asking. This is something that's fairly easy to do, but requires some practice of what to look for. It is a worksheet today. 5.1 day 3. Today's the 6th. Our homework's due on Monday. What's happening tomorrow, by the way?
We have a quiz.
We have a mini quiz. We also have a lesson tomorrow. I don't have a calendar.
Why have a lesson on the quiz day?
Because it's a mini quiz.
Oh.
It's a whole 3 questions long. I don't know what the date is Monday. The 10th?
Yeah.
Page 228 is due today.